all of you here with us this morning. We are honored to be celebrating the legacy of our island's Governor General, Her Excellency Dame Pearlette Louisy. Students, we all know that this school is named after this woman of excellence. And this morning, we are pleased to be here to celebrate with her. To our invited guests, especially those of you visiting us for the first time, we say welcome. And of course, those of you returning after a long break, a special welcome to you. To our guest of honor, Your Excellency, Dame Pearlette Louisy, a special welcome to you. We are privileged to have you here with us once again. We, the students, teachers, and the principal, we want to be part of that celebration of your life and career as the Governor General of St. Lucia. And today, this is how we will celebrate with you at the Dame Pearlette Louisy Primary School. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, once again, welcome to everyone. Welcome one, welcome all. Thank you.
Wow. This iconic woman now, girl of the soil, have led not simply by words, but by example. Examples that I personally and professionally hope to emulate. Although I may have to live another lifetime, be reborn, start from a younger age, I don't know if I could ever have the poise. I know I'm a little too brash, right, teachers? Don't say yes or I'll fire you. But you need to always look up to something better and greater than you are. Because only then can you achieve your fullest potential. Ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency, we at the Dame Pearlette Louisy Primary School have been both fortunate and privileged to have been given your name, Dame Pearlette Louisy, to have as our name for our school. And you have been an astounding lady as our patron, a living legend to us all, and we are blessed to have been given the name of a living legend, not a past or dead hero. When Dame Pearlette opened, none of you students were here. Some of you teachers, well, the majority of you, with the exception of 5 additions over the years. We sat right here with the then ministry officials. Ms. Braffett, you're back here again after almost 15 years. Isn't that how the world goes back in time? The wheel of life. And I remembered when I was appointed principal and the Prime Minister of the day, and we were declaring this school open officially as Dame Pearlette Louisy Primary, he made a statement that scared me to death. I think at that time, if I could have resigned, I would have resigned. And the statement was this: to whom much is given, much is expected. And I said, Lord, they gave me 947 students, 38 teachers, and to make matters worse, they name us after a lady of excellence. How will we do it? Because everything we did had to represent her. I was scared. How do you make 947 students and 37 teachers you have not known rise to the level of excellence that can make this lady proud? What, can you guess what I did? Anybody? Can you guess what I did? Teachers, what did I do? I prayed. Honestly, I prayed. And we are still praying. And we continue to pray. And I will say that everything we have achieved at Dame Pearlette from day one to the present was because of the prayers that every teacher has joined me in lifting up to God. And for God we give the glory. Let's give him a round of applause. Let me just put a little pin in here before I continue. Now, please be informed. I have a blank paper, so bear with me. I'm putting a pin in here. I remember our first prayer session. Teachers, I hope you remember. And parents called the ministry saying, we are not a Catholic school and we're making the children pray too much. You all remember that, teachers? And we had to come together and decide, my gosh, what do we do? Do we bend down and say no prayers? So I said, you know something, I'll beat them at it. What they did not know is that the greatest prayer in the Bible is the Our Father. So I said, we will do the Our Father. And every time we do the Our Father, I'm throwing some morals in there straight from the Bible. And every time we throw the morals in there, we get in a song and we send in the song in there too. Because all the scriptures will come in the songs. 15 years down the line, we have never stopped. And we will not stop. We do our Ash Wednesday, we do our official opening, we do our church services, and to God be the glory. Ladies and gentlemen, Her Excellency has been the standard, the class, and all her traits that are so positive that has driven us at Dame Pearlette to achieve and continue to achieve. The worst part is anytime we perform, we look to see what her expression would be like. If she doesn't smile at me, I know I'll get a tongue whipping. If my students do not top, I know I'll get the question why. That's why we have to top all the time, and we have topped all the time, no matter what anyone says. Right, students? So let's give our school a round of applause. Ms. Braffett, we have topped. If 7 children beat us by 0.4 and we have 159, I don't care what anybody said, we first. Your Excellency, you have been the impetus, the wind beneath our wings, our beacon of light, our mentor, our patron, our supporter, our lady in our corner, pushing us to believe that we can and pushing us to achieve at our highest. Today, we are celebrating what you have instilled in us, which we have put into our motto, our guiding words, which state, students, you have persevered, you are very disciplined, and you have succeeded beyond anyone else as Governor General, and no one can take that from you. Let's give it to Her Excellency again. Now, teachers and students and everybody else, I think Her Excellency knows how I feel about her. Some people have even called her my mother. In certain photos, they say we look alike. So I'm the child you were meant to have, so you can adopt me anytime. And I really, 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 really have great regard for this lady that I had the fortune of meeting in 1984. Never knowing that we will ever cross paths again, we reached out to each other one afternoon, and the rest is history. But today is not about me and how I feel about Her Excellency as my mentor. Today it's about you as school and how we feel about having her as our patron. Students, I know you try in the way you walk, in the way you talk, in the way you conduct yourselves, in how hard you study and excel at all national exams, in how you perform in all competitions, and even in how you dance, that you live the legacy that she has placed in our laps 15 years ago. Her legacy will live on long after she has passed, and it will live on through this institution and through you, the children of Dame Pearlette Louisy Primary. And I know it is well placed because we, the teachers, have been instilling in you all the traits of tenacity, drive, ambition, although we can be a little bit more humble, because we are very prideful and boastful. I know you'll get that from your principal. But we make no excuse about how good we are, of how hard we work, and how we want to win at everything we undertake, doing it the best way, because we believe, if we believe it, and that all things are possible. So today, students, the challenge is yours. Let us show Her Excellency what we think of her in all that you will present today, and I know it will be excellent. So today, let us stand and give a standing ovation for Her Excellency for the 20 years of service to St. Lucia and the 15 years of exemplary leadership to Dame Pearlette. We are going to do 20 claps, and we're doing it together. Kindergarten, I know you're excited. After 3, and together, slowly. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And let us say, thank you, Your Excellency. Now I know you like to make noise. Clap for Your Excellency. Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency, teachers, students, one and all, once again, today is a day of recognition for the outstanding service and the outstanding leadership that Her Excellency has rendered. And I want to single out to Dame Pearlette and all the families and children of St. Lucia, even those she has not even seen or touched. I know that her leadership has reached them. Once again, good morning one and all, and thank you for listening.
Happy anniversary to you. Happy 20th anniversary to you, Temple and Louisy. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you. May the Lord bless and keep you. May the good Lord bless you. Who is this? It was 2017. The all St. Lucian song. Yes, we look up to her. First female Governor General. You believe it? 20 years. 20 years. Who is this?
Give it a little more.
Smartly dressed, large hats. What a sophisticated look, she's a beauty. Short curly hair. Not against she represents the Queen of England. Who can this be? In library in 1946, she excelled at school. Teacher, principal, governor general. She is Her Excellency Pearlette Louisy, a proud St. Lucian woman. Oh, a beautiful gem. E. Excellence she exhibits. A. Attitude always positive. R. Rare quality. L. Love for self, for others, for country. E. Enlightening every occasion with dignity. T. Time on task, that's her mark. T. Teacher who touched many lives. E. Excellent she exudes.
Pearlette.
Pearlette, a truly remarkable woman. Life well lived is a precious gift of hope and strength and grace from someone who has made our world a brighter, better place. It's filled with moments sweet and sad, with smiles and sometimes tears. With friendships formed and good times shared and laughter through the years. A life well lived is a legacy of joy and pride and pleasure. A living, lasting memory our grateful hearts will treasure. of St. Lucia and wondering how you can help her. Thank you for doing what you did instead of being too busy or just forgetting about our dear country. Thank you. Thank you for being the person you are, kind and thoughtful, sensitive and considerate. Thank you for being the generous and thoughtful giver. You are unselfish, always putting others before you, like you did with our fair Helen St. Lucia. Thank you. It's a privilege, it's a pleasure, and an honor to know you. Dame Calliope Pearlette Louisy, we say thank you. Excellency, Dame Calliope Pearlette Louisy. This phenomenal woman was born in the southern village of Labrie, St. Lucia, in 1946. She is a lady who has and continues to make significant contributions to the development of St. Lucia. These include teacher, girl guider, French tutor, vice principal, dean, principal, and governor general.
Whoa! Monsieur! Tout ça! She's a born Lucia. That's why she's here.
Born Lucian, and she's proud of where she's from. Look how she has been fun with her, and everything is just right. She is the Helen of the West, that's why she's different from the rest. She loves to be a Lucian, and she's proud of where she is from. Loves to be a Lucian, and she's proud of where she's from. Hey folks, breaking news! St. Lucia is going to have a new Governor General. We know, bet you don't know it's a female. We know her, the first female Governor General, Sabo!
Now let's journey into her educational and professional life.
I attended the Labrie Girls Infant and Primary School. From there, I proceeded on a Javoy scholarship to St. Joseph's Convent in 1960. Now guess what? On completion of my secondary school education, I had to go back to St. Joseph's Convent, but this time as a teacher. Wait, I have to go and change. In October 1966, I obtained another scholarship from the Canadian International Development Agency to pursue my bachelor's degree in English and French. This was made possible at the University of the West Indies. In 1972, I was awarded another scholarship from the Canadian Scholarship and Fellowship Plan at Laval University in Quebec City, Canada. In 1991, I pursued studies at the University of Bristol in the United Kingdom. There, I read for a PhD in education.
My early professional life was spent in the field of education. I began as a pupil teacher at the Labrie Primary School, then a teacher at St. Joseph's Convent, and a tutor of French at the A-Level College. Soon I became a dean, a vice principal, and then principal of the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. This position as principal was held until my appointment as Governor General.
I have served my country, St. Lucia, with distinction and honor. Nationally, I received the Grand Cross of the Order of St. Lucia. From the Commonwealth, I received the Dame Grand Cross of the Order of St. Michael and St. George. Dame of Grace, the most venerable order of St. John, both in the United Kingdom. From Vatican City, I received the Dame of the Equestrian Order of St. Gregory the Great.
I was appointed Governor General of St. Lucia on September 19, 1997. As head of state, I represent Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. As Governor General of St. Lucia, I am the official representative of Queen Elizabeth II. Acting in accordance with the Constitution of St. Lucia, I appoint senators to Parliament, officiate laws and government functions, and hold the power to prorogue or dissolve Parliament. It is also my role to promote the country's cultural, historical, social, and economic interests.
And now we shall listen to Her Excellency as she delivers her throne speech.
Mr. President and members of the Senate, Mr. Speaker and members of the House of Assembly. The unyielding drumbeat of time, the transcends of life's rituals bring us here, yet again, to this chamber to mark the opening of the third session of this 10th Parliament of St. Lucia. I am pleased, by God's grace, to be here to share with you a few moments of reflection that we may all resolve that our nation and its children shall prosper, if we might act in unison, if we might act in good faith. Thank you.
Her Excellency Dame Calliope Pearlette Louisy, a daughter of the sun, a lady our school was named for, an educator par excellence, a phenomenal woman, a woman of grace and poise, a woman who has and continues to wear many hats. St. Lucia's first female Governor General, Dame Calliope Pearlette Louisy. Bravo!
We're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Mountains, we gon' walk it out, and mountains. And I'll rise like the day, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,008 times again. And I'll rise up, I'll like the waves, I'll rise up, in spite of the ache, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,008 times again. And the silence is quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Mountains, bring it to its feet. Mountains, and I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. You. for that we have each other. And we will rise, we will rise, we will rise. We'll rise. I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up in spite of the ache. I will rise 1,000 times again, and we'll rise up. I like the waves. We'll rise up in spite of the ache. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again.
First of all, students, we're going to present to Her Excellency. We know she gets millions and millions of bouquets, but this one is coming from our babies. And that's their way of saying that they will continue your legacy and they will live up to all that you have instilled in us thus far. Who's going to be speaking?
Hello, class.
What about you? Okay, Your Excellency, this is from the children of Dame Pearlette. A thank you. Make the presentation, each of you. She's this way. Hand it to her. Let's shake the hand. Now, these are only babies for 3 weeks, so they join us. So let's give them a little chance. Let's give our kindergartners a round of applause. They're still a little shy. Only one in the many things we will be given to you in recognition of 20 years of outstanding service, 15 of those years to Dame Pearlette Louisy Primary School. Let's give Our Excellency a round of applause.
Dame Pearlette Louisy Primary School students, I think that is the best tribute I have had in years. And I want to thank you so very much for it. You have made me very, very, very proud of you. Your presentations have been beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. During your praise and worship, you sang, I think, "Into the Darkness Will Shine." And this is what I want you to keep, not just as a song, but to tell yourself that you will shine. I want the students of Dame Pearlette Louisy Primary School always to shine. Always. Not just this group, but from now on. I mean, you've been shining before, and everybody knows that. Well, Mrs. Leons, your principal never misses an opportunity to tell you that you are good. In fact, last Friday, no, it was Friday before when some of you attended the service in church, I stood up to say a few remarks, and then I forgot myself, and I congratulated only Dame Pearlette Louisy students. And after I did that, I said, oh my God, I mean, the church is full of students, so I quickly had to say something for the rest of them, right? So it just shows how very proud I am of you and how very proud I am of having the school named after me, producing such brilliant students. I mean, I come here every awards afternoon, and you really, really, really are shining. So, all the best. Now, I had asked Mrs. Leos, well, yes, I mean, you've had a picture of me hanging there for the longest while, and I thought I was going to change it. And I asked the principal for the size. All she had to do was to take the measurement of this wall. So that's what you're going to get in a few days' time. And I'm happy. I don't think I chose that particular picture. Otherwise, you know, you were giving me a picture, and I was going to give you a picture with the same picture. You see what I mean? So I'm going to give you something else. And I'm not sure whether I should give one with a hat or without. What do you think? Okay, well, I'll have to get one with a hat then. Okay? And now you've been doing very, very well indeed at your common entrance exams. And so, on the occasion of my 20th anniversary as Governor General and my 15th as 15th and as 15th anniversary of being the patron of your school, I am going to be giving a prize. I haven't quite decided what it's going to be, but I'll discuss it with the principal and staff. This year and every year until I can afford it, a prize to the top performer at common entrance. So for the grade 6s, is it? Oh. So just to remember me by, between now and June next year, we'll come up with the appropriate prize. So I just want to end once again by saying thank you to all the students, thank you to all the teachers. You have shown great creativity, versatility, and all the utilities that you can think of. Thank you very much. And to my friends, well-wishers, members of the Legacy Committee, my office staff, thanks for the support. It's more than my words can express. So thank you very much. To the media, GIS, and everybody else, thank you very much.
You are celebrating 20 years. You serve St. Lucia with pride. For this we are grateful and proud to celebrate you. Pearlette, Louisy, children of a Pearlette school would like to honor you for your hard work and all celebrating for every seed. You are celebrating, you are